What's new, crew? If you're new, my name's Cassandra. Today I'm taking you guys along for a super typical spring day here on the homestead, taking care of animals, starting seeds, making bread, and just getting it all done, heading into what is about to be our busiest time of year. Most days I start off making a loaf of sourdough bread. I try to make a loaf at least a couple times a week. That way, even if I don't necessarily need it, I can bake it and get it in the freezer for times when I need bread and don't have it and don't really have time to make it. It works really well, and I only have I think 1 or 2 loaves in my freezer right now, so I'm trying to get ahead on those and get some extras in the freezer. We did get a break in the rain to go ahead and start making some seeds or starting seeds, and we were actually able to do this outside thanks to that really good break in the rain. Earlier this week we started most of our vegetables in milk jugs, and today we are starting flowers and herbs. We started a whole bunch of zinnias and some carnation and calendula and a whole lot of morning glories. Plus, if you did watch us starting all of our vegetable seeds, I wasn't able to start all of the pumpkins that I wanted, and I was able to get those done this day as well. And it felt so nice to get outside and get some vitamin D, and just like I really felt like I was soaking up the sun like these plants, and just I felt a whole new life coming to me, which was really, really nice. I was able to get some help with this because the kids always really like starting seeds. So they're always eager to help. And I went ahead and was able to find a whole stack of these seed starting containers in my garage. I love gardening, but the one thing I don't necessarily love about it is the fact that it can be pretty plastic heavy. So whenever given the chance, I try to reuse things, like reusing our old milk jugs or saving these plastic containers here and using them year after year. Of course, sometimes they do end up getting completely destroyed and we do have to throw them away or recycle them rather, but I really like to try to save them and reuse them as many years in a row as I can. And I think most of these you're looking at here are at least on year like 4 or 5, so I just try to save them in a box in the garage and pull them out in the spring, and they're kind of there waiting for me, and it works actually really, really well. This is also a way that we save money by using our milk jugs and just reusing these plastic containers, and you would be surprised how much money that has saved us over the years. Really great. Once again, we're using the Vermont compost, and we still have some left over after starting all of our herbs and our flowers as well, which is really great. I do want to go back and start some more herbs. I didn't get them all done this day, but that being said, the Vermont compost has been I'm not regretting it yet, the investment in it, but we'll see. That being said, some of the seeds that we started the day prior to this, and even these ones that you're seeing here, it's only been a couple of days since we've started them, and they're already starting to sprout, which is crazy. And I really do think that it is the compost, because I've never had seeds take off this quickly, so I'm really, really excited about that. I like getting the kids involved in learning, and being able to teach is actually the last step of learning. So I had my oldest here who helped me start a lot of flowers and a lot of the herbs, because this is what she was most excited about. She makes her own lotions and balms and chapsticks and things. So a lot of these flowers and herbs are going to end up in some of the products that she makes, which is why she was super invested in helping me start these. She wanted to be involved kind of start to finish. She has this big vision. At the end of the year, she wants to be able to give out all of these chapsticks and herbs and balms and things to people in her life as Christmas gifts. So she really wants to be involved from start to finish. So I was kind of walking her through this, giving her a little bit of a refresher on how to do things, and eventually she was able to show one of her younger siblings the same thing, how to start the seeds, how to pack the soil into the containers and all of that, because like I said, the last stage of learning is teaching. So it was really just a really fun full circle moment where My son was able to come out, and instead of me giving him the refresher, because the kids help start seeds every year, but my kids, some of them are still very small, so they need a little bit of a reminder on how to do things. And it was fun to be able to just kind of like step back and watch that happen between siblings, being able to say, you know, let me show you how to do this. And it was really fun. It was great. And we also, like I said, being able to be outside just changed the game. Being able to keep the mess outside was a really big blessing. So I'm very grateful for the break in the rain that we had. I can link down below my MI Gardener seed haul for you guys if you want to see what herbs we're starting and what flowers we're starting as well. But like I said, I do want to go back and start more basil and more cilantro and things, because I really have this vision this year of being able to put a basil plant in between every single one of my tomatoes to help deter bugs and things. And that's kind of my vision. So I don't think I'm going to be able to get a basil plant in between every single tomato, but maybe between like every 3 or 4 tomatoes have a couple basil plants in there with them. And I'm hoping that that helps solve some of the problems I've been having with my tomatoes over the last couple of years. But we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see. And I definitely want to get more cilantro, because we love cilantro and it's one of our favorite things to have, which is really, really great. I mean, I could give you 100 excuses why I didn't do it, but at the end of the day, I just didn't. So we're doing it this spring, and I would have loved to throw all of these like old vegetable pieces into my vegetable wagon. My vegetable wagon is actually in the shop, full of different things that my husband has it full of with different projects. So I just left it there, and we're just gonna let those sticks kind of sit for a while, and eventually we will move those and get those taken care of. I like to do some sort of prepping for food most days. So this day I went ahead and hard boiled, I think, a little over a dozen eggs. We are in that spring egg boom, so I want to take advantage of that. Eventually I would love to get some water glassed eggs. I just need to wait until I get a good amount of like clean but not washed eggs, and I eventually would like to get a couple jars of water glassed eggs on the shelf heading into winter. That way, at least for part of the winter when they're taking a little bit of a break, I have some eggs that I can pull from and use those as well. If you guys have a favorite way of preserving eggs, let me know down below. I would love to hear that from you guys. I love getting other people's ideas because it can just change the game sometimes. I've gotten so many great suggestions from you guys over the years on how to switch things up. That being said, we got our bread ready for its long overnight nap. Thank you guys so much for spending a spring day on the homestead with me. I hope wherever you are, you're having a fantastic day, and I will catch you guys in another one.